Mass Effect Andromeda tells the story of the two Ryder twins. You can fast start as either of the two or customize your character. Since Scott Ryder looks like an identical twin of a certain handsome game reviewer I know, not to mention any Super Ken from Super Ken Gaming names, I didn't have to edit a thing. But if you do choose to customize, the game will make a twin version of your character who does show up in your story. Mass Effect fans seem to hate this entry, but I'm not a Mass Effect fan and I loved it. I played the first two games in preparation for this one and found them to be pretty boring. Mass Effect Andromeda is more my playstyle. And without having played Mass Effect 3, as of right now, Andromeda is my favorite game in the series. For the fans of the series, there's a lot here to love as much as there is to be desired, and I don't mean just the aliens. There are tons of missions to do here outside of the campaign, including loyalty missions like everyone loved from Mass Effect 2. But there is a noticeable lack of emphasis on your crew this time around, because the story is about making a planet inhabitable for life forms to call home. Wasn't really interesting though. So lack of interesting story, boring crew members? I understand why fans of the series don't like this game, but what about the rest? Let's get the elephant out of the room right now. You can't romance Natalie Dormer's character. I should honestly stop the review right here and give it a 0 out of 10 for playing with my heart like that. But they did throw in some real nudity and booty in here, so slightly forgivable. But, Natalie Dormer guys, how could you do this to me? But the worlds in Mass Effect Andromeda are beautiful and the campaign, which takes about 12 hours on its own, is actually fun to run through. The direction system does a great job of telling you where to go, though the command to show the point on the map frustratingly doesn't always work. Not sure on the rules behind when it will and when it won't, but the fact that clicking doesn't always show you where you're going to is annoying. And many missions here are set in an open world that you can explore with the Nomad, and it drives perfectly. You also have a jump pack for hopping gaps and doing sick in-air kills with your weapon that are equipable with mod slots. And you can upgrade these weapons as well as unlock special moves for you and your crew with the skill points you get from leveling up. My only issue with the campaign is the annoying scanning. You're asked to scan items way too frequently, stopping the flow and excitement of missions. And the final stretch of the game feels recycled, and therefore feels like a grind. I was happy with the game's ending, but the boring final stretch to get there almost seemed unworth it, especially with the forgettable throwaway feeling boss fights. It's very action third-person cover-based shooter heavy, very few dialogue options that matter to make this feel like an RPG, but if you look at this as just a game without the name Mass Effect attached, Andromeda is a solid experience. People have noted animation problems, but I didn't notice any in my playthrough, and besides a few awkward transitions, my playthrough was fairly clean of bugs. And when you're done with single player, you can hop right into multiplayer where you'll spend 15 seconds and realize you're not going to waste your time on this garbage just like EA should have. This is a lazy and boring co-op objective-based wave mission mode. Every game developer in the world, play Uncharted, Lost Planet 2, and Lost Planet 3 multiplayer. If you don't plan on making anything like them in your third-person shooter, save your time and money and don't bother. Despite the disappointing multiplayer and disappointing RPG BioWare DNA elements, Mass Effect Andromeda is a solid experience that as a third-person shooter action adventure fan, you shouldn't pass up. I give Mass Effect Andromeda an 8 out of 10.